Okay, you come to question number 8 on page 43. Let's take this question. Now, the things that we already know, that I want you to answer. If there is some new item, okay, there we will have a discussion. So have a look at the details that are given there. Nene and Kane are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 6:4. From the following trial balance and adjustments given below, prepare the trading account and profit and loss account for the year ending and balance sheet as on that date. And the year ending is 31st March 19. So debit and credit separated and given to you. Let's quickly decide where we are going to write these items. So answer, where will you write capital of the two partners?
Liability.
The first item on the liability side is capitals. Then sundry debtors,
Assets.
sundry creditors,
Liabilities.
rent for 10 months. Firstly, tell me, where will you write rent?
Profit
and loss account.
Profit and loss account. But immediately you know that rent has not been paid for the entire year. It is paid only for 10 months. It is not yet paid. Give me one word for expenditure not yet paid.
Outstanding.
This is outstanding, which means there is an adjustment on that. So tick mark rent. Even though it is not mentioned later down in the adjustments, we know that we have to adjust the amount of rent because it is paid only for 10 months. It is outstanding. Tick mark. Okay. Stock on the first date, opening stock is the first item in the trading account on the debit side. Where will you write premises?
Assets.
Asset. Salaries.
Profit and loss account.
Discount, if you see, is in both columns, debit as well as credit. Where will you write discount?
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss account. The debit on the debit side, which is an expenditure, and the credit discount received will be in the P&L credit side. Okay. Continue. Motor vehicles.
Assets.
Asset. Sales.
Trading account.
Trading account. Purchases.
Trading account.
Wages.
Trading account.
Then office expenses.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss
and
account.
loss account. Not trading. Trading only relating to manufacturing. Office, the word means, is happening somewhere else, not in the factory. Profit and loss account. Then bank overdraft.
Liability.
Liability. The next item, returns, and this also is in both columns, debit and credit. I want you to tell me the returns that you see in the debit column, which are those?
Sales return.
Very, very good. Sales return. And the one that you see in the credit, of course, now will be purchase return. It is exactly, I told you, of sales and purchase. So they cannot be in the same column. Sales return and purchase return will be on the opposite side of sales and purchases, which is there on top. You tick mark sales and you tick mark purchases. Continue. Next, now the new item, provident fund investment. Where will you write?
Assets.
What discussion we have had? It will come on the asset side. Okay. Cash in hand.
Assets.
Provident fund contribution.
P&L account.
Yes, this is an expenditure. So profit and loss account. Only the word provident fund.
Liability.
This is a liability. Only provident fund, when you see, it is a liability. And I told you, use that debit and credit column to your advantage. Debit column means expenses and assets. Credit column means incomes and liability. And if you see, provident fund is in the credit side, so it has to be a liability. Provident fund contribution is in the debit. It is an expense. Even investment, if you see, is in the debit, which is why it is an asset. Continue. The next item, cash at bank.
Assets.
That is an asset. Interest on PF investment.
Liability.
Yes, we will add it to this provident fund. So tick mark provident fund. This interest will be added there. Okay. Then drawings of the two partners. What will you do?
Liability.
From the capitals, you will deduct it on the liability side. Yes. Bad debts.
Profit and loss account.
Profit and loss account. And RDD given in the trial balance is which type of RDD?
Old.
Old RDD. Now there is bad debts in the trial balance. There is RDD in the trial balance. And later in the adjustments, you will see that there is two more adjustments on debtors, which is again new bad debts and new RDD. There is a specific way of writing all of these, which has to be clubbed together. Okay. And then the net effect has to be taken. So we will write that separately. Bad debts RDD, both new and old. Okay. Then the adjustments. Let's see what the adjustments here are. Closing stock, as usual, the first adjustment in every question. Point number 2, outstanding wages 3,000 and salaries 2,000. Tick mark both those expenses, wages and salaries. Outstanding. Then depreciate motor vehicle at 5%. Common adjustment of depreciation. Tick mark motor vehicles. Value is reducing. Then write off bad debts of 5,000 and provide for RDD at 5% on sundry debtors. Tick mark debtors twice, one for bad debts and one for RDD. And what you do is tick mark bad debts also down below. Since it has to be all clubbed and written together, we will write all of those adjustments one below the other. And then point number 5. Kane withdrew goods of rupees 6,000 for his personal use. Give me one word for personal use.
Drawings.
Drawings. Now there was already drawings there on top. There are some more drawings, this time of goods. One of the partner is withdrawing goods for personal use. So that is drawings. And that's it. These 5 adjustments are there. So now let us prepare our solution. Write down in the books of Nene and Kane. These are the two partners here. Trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019. On top of the balance sheet also, balance sheet as on 31st March 2019. Liabilities and assets. And the first item on the liability side, capitals, we will write for the two partners. Nene, you leave about 3-4 lines. And then Kane. Okay. Now start with the trial balance. One item at a time we'll take and write here in our solution. So first item itself is capital of the two partners. Nene 15 lakhs and Kane is 10 lakhs. So write down against their names. For the first partner, Nene, inner column 15 lakhs and Kane 10 lakhs. Next, sundry debtors. That is an asset. Write down debtors. Inner column 4,50,000. And 2 adjustments are there. So you leave 3 lines. Next, sundry creditors. That is a liability. Amount is 3 lakhs. Next, rent, that is an expenditure, come to profit and loss account. Right on. To rent, inner column. In the bracket, it says it is for 10 months, amount 10,000. Since this is a self-adjustment, okay, we will do it right away because later on you might forget. In the adjustments down below, there is no mention of rent which is outstanding. So let's finish off this adjustment right now itself. Since it is paid for 10 months, you know that it is outstanding. We have to add some more rent in that. But how much is that extra rent? Now pay attention. For 10 months, you have paid rent of 10,000. But we don't want for 10 months. While accounting, we account always for a full year, which is a period of 12 months. So for 12 months, how much should be the rent?
12,000.
Cross multiply.
12,000.
Answer is 12,000. So if 12,000 is the rent for the full year, in the outer column, you should be recording the entire rent of 12,000. Now tell me how much is outstanding.
2,000.
If you take the difference, outstanding is 2,000. So right below rent plus outstanding. That is 2,000. So when you add, you get in the outer column 12,000. This is one effect. Outstanding expenditure not yet paid will be paid in the future. What is the second effect of outstanding?
Balance sheet liability side.
Yes, on the liability side of the balance sheet, write down outstanding. Write down outstanding expenses. We know that down in the adjustments, there are two more expenses which are outstanding. So we will all club and write it together. The first one that we have seen here is rent. In the inner column, write down 2,000. Leave 2 lines below that. There are two more expenses which are outstanding. Okay. Continue. The next one is stock on the first date. Opening stock, come to the trading account. Write down opening stock 5,35,500. Then next is premises, that is an asset. Amount is 8,50,000. Then salaries, expenditure, come to profit and loss account. This has an adjustment, so write in the inner column to salaries 50,000. Next, discount. It is both in the debit as well as credit. So the debit, you write on the debit side to discount. That is 800. And the one in the credit will write in the profit and loss account credit side. First line, of course, you will always leave for gross profit. And then you write down below that by discount. That is 950. Then next is motor vehicle, that is an asset. Balance sheet asset side, right on motor vehicles. Inner column 3,70,000. Next, sales, trading account credit side, right on sales in the inner column 8,40,500. And purchases on the debit side, again inner column, right on two purchases 6,40,500. Continue. Next is wages, also in trading account. This also in the inner column, write down. To wages, amount is 10,000. Then office expenses, that is in profit and loss account. To office expenses, 20,000. Next, bank overdraft, that is a liability. Balance sheet, write down. Bank overdraft. Amount is 1,50,000. Then next is returns. Both are there, sales return and purchase return. The one in the debit is sales return. So deduct from sales, write down, minus returns. That is 5,500. Deduct and tell me sales in the outer column.
8,35,000.
Oh, that's right, 8,35,000. And returns that you see in the credit, that is purchase returns. So deduct from purchases minus returns, 3,500. How much is net purchases?
6,37,000.
6,37,000. Continue. After returns, the next is provident fund investment. That is an asset. Right on. Balance sheet asset side. Provident fund investment. Amount is 8 lakhs. Then next is cash in hand, same asset, continue that, cash in hand, 40,000. Provident fund contribution for this organization, that will be an expenditure. So come to profit and loss account debit side, right on, to provident fund contribution. Amount is 1 lakh. Then next is only provident fund. Provident fund that you will write on the liability side in the inner column. Provident fund 2,80,000. Then cash at bank, that is an asset. Amount is 2 lakhs. Interest on PF investment, that will be added to provident fund, which we just now wrote on the liability side in the inner column. Below that, write down plus interest on PF investment. Amount is 42,000. Add up and tell me the total provident fund now, which has to be paid. Add the interest and tell me provident fund in the outer column.
3,22,000.
3,22,000. That's correct. 2,80,000 plus 42,000. Outer column 3,22,000. Then next is drawings that will be deducted from the capitals. Write down. For Nene, below that minus drawings, 20,000. And drawings for Kane, 15,000. Write down. Minus drawings. That was 15,000. Then comes bad debts and RDD. In this question, we are going to write them together because there is old as well as new. So come to the profit and loss account. Everything will be written on the debit side. So you write down 2 bad debts. Now for understanding which one is old and new, we will actually write it there. 2 bad debts, in the bracket you write down this is old. Whatever is given in the trial balance is always the old one. Okay. Whatever is in the adjustment we are going to do, so that is new. Bad debts old is 3,350. The next is RDD, which is old RDD. Now, old RDD, if you see in the trial balance is on the credit side, but we want to write it all together on the debit side, which means you are bringing one item from the credit on the debit. You can do that, but you will have to change the sign. So write down minus old RDD. And that is 3,700. And that's it. Our trial balance is complete here. Below this bad debts and RDD, you know that there are 2 more adjustments. You leave 2 lines there. Okay. Now let's continue with the adjustments. The first one is closing stock. That is 3,60,000. 2 effects. One is write in trading account, the last item on the credit side, buy closing stock. Leave 2-3 lines below sales and then write. Buy closing stock 3,60,000. Second effect, closing stock is an asset. Write down on the asset side. Closing stock 3,60,000. Next, outstanding expenses. You know what is to be done. Both those expenses, we will add it to them. First one is wages. So write down below wages plus outstanding. That is 3,000. When you add up total wages in the outer column, 13,000. And there's also salaries, which is outstanding. That is in profit and loss account. Write down there plus outstanding. $2,000. Total salary in the outer column, 52,000. Now, second effect of outstanding, that is a liability. We have already written outstanding expenses. The first one was rent. Now below that, 2 more items. First is wages. That was 3,000. And then you have salaries. 2,000. Add up and tell me total outstanding expenses in the outer column.
7,000.
7,000.
7,000. Okay, two effects are done. Let's move to the next point. Number 3, depreciate motor vehicles at 5%. On the asset side, motor vehicles written in the inner column, write down minus depreciation. %5 per annum. So calculate on 3,70,000. What is 5%?
18,500.
18,500.
18,500. Okay. Deduct and tell me motor vehicle in the outer column.
3,51,500.
3,51,500.
Yes.
500. Is that right? 3,51,500.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is one effect. Depreciation, second effect will be in profit and loss account. Debit side, right on to depreciation on motor vehicles. $18,500. Then next, bad debts and RDD. So both adjustments on debtors come to debtors in the balance sheet. Out of the two, always bad debts is first. So write down minus bad debts. Bad debts given there 5,000. Deduct and take the balance again in the inner column itself. How much is debtors after bad debts?
$4,45,000.
4,45,000. Second effect of that, this is new bad debts. So come back to profit and loss account debit side. Already bad debts were there. Again, some more bad debts, add it, right on, plus new bad debts. That is 5,000. And then the next part, RDD at 5% on debtors. So the latest balance of debtors is 4,45,000. On that you will calculate RDD. So write down minus RDD and calculate 4,45,000 into 5%.
22,250.
22,250. Okay. Deduct and tell me in the outer column. How much is debtors after deducting RDD?
$4,22,750.
22,750. 4,22,750. Check everyone. RDD calculation, and then after deducting, I
Yes,
get the
sir.
same values in the outer column. 5% of 4,45,000, that came to 22,250. And outer column, now the debtors are 4,22,750. Okay, second effect of RDD. These are new. You come to bad debts. Below that you write down plus new RDD. Apart from old RDD, everything has to be added. Only old RDD, the one that we do not want, you get rid of that. So you minus. and new RAD that we calculated just now, 22,250. Okay. Now carefully you do the addition and one subtraction. Old RAD has to be subtracted. Do that and tell me the net figure in the outer column. Anybody with the answer?
26,900.
26,900. It's 3,350 plus 5,000 plus 22,250. These three figures have to be added. And what you deduct is 3,700. That comes to 26,900. Is this correct, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Adjustment relating to bad debts and RAD is done. Last one is drawings which one partner has made, and this time drawings are of goods. Kane has withdrawn goods, and the moment we talk about goods means you know that it has to affect trading account. Okay. Drawings means goods are going out from the business to the partner, and going out means you will credit trading account. Write down buy goods withdrawn. Buy goods withdrawn by Kane. Amount of goods withdrawn is 6,000. This is one effect. Second effect, all types of drawings will reduce the capital. Once we have already reduced from capital drawings. Now second time we will again deduct, but this time only for Kane. So there write down below minus drawings. In the bracket you can write goods. Amount is 6,000. That's it. Two effects are done. All adjustments are complete. Now we can close our accounts, starting with the trading account first. So carefully add up. There are three figures on the credit and three figures on the debit. Find out both credit total and debit total. Which side is greater?
Credit side.
Credit side.
Credit side is greater. What is the total?
12 lakh 1,000.
12 lakh 1,000. Okay. And what about the debit side?
11,85,500.
11,85,500. Yes. So credit side is greater. Write down that total on both sides. 12 lakh 1,000. Which means we have gross profit here. Write down to gross profit. Carry it down. Deduct credit minus debit and find out how much is gross profit.
15,500.
15,500. Is that right? Credit total minus debit total. That is your gross profit, 15,500. And bring down that gross profit in profit and loss account. By gross profit brought down, 15,500. Okay. Now, same thing to close profit and loss account. Add up the debit side and the credit side. Now here, clearly the debit side is greater. That is going to be more. Credit side is less. Add up and tell me the totals. Credit total is easy, only two figures there. Anybody has taken the credit side total?
16,450.
16,450. But debit is the greater side. Add up and tell me.
3,96,700.
3 lakhs? I don't think so. Just check on the screen whether you have the same items.
2,37,400.
2,30,200.
30,200. Just check, everyone. Have a look. Are you getting the same figures here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So debit side is greater. That's the total that you will write on both sides. 2,30,200. And now, since debit is greater, credit side was less. You have to put an amount on the credit side. This time you have a loss, right on, by net loss, which will be divided for the two partners, Nene and Kane. Okay, what we will do is first find out the total net loss. So same thing, since debit is greater, now subtract the credit total from there and find out what is the net loss.
2,13,750.
2,13,750. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how do you divide this? Net profit or net loss? They should tell you how to divide. Have they given you a ratio on top?
Yes, sir. 6:4.
Yes, 6:4 is the ratio. So for Nene, 6 parts. For Kane, 4 parts. Which means totally you will divide by 10 parts. 6 plus 4, 10. So when you divide by 10, what you get is 21,375. Now take that 21,375 into 6 and into 4. Carefully multiply and tell me for Nene, what is the share?
One lakh 28,250.
1,28,250. And same thing multiply by 4.
85,500.
85,500. Okay, these are the amounts that you are going to write there. By net loss in the inner column for Nene, 1,28,250, and for Kane 85,500. When you add up, you get the total loss of 2,13,750. Have a look, everyone. Are you getting the same figures? Net loss after distribution has been written in the inner column.
Yes, sir.
Then net loss means now the owner's wealth is going to reduce. Their wealth in the business is here on the liability side under capital. We always add net profit. This time we have net loss. We will deduct. Write down minus net loss. For Nene, it was 1,28,250. For Kane, write down again minus net loss. That was 85,500. Now time to find out the capitals in the outer column. For Nene first, both items are to be deducted. Drawings and net loss, both of them. You deduct and tell me capital in the outer column.
So 13,51,750.
13,51,750.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do the calculation also for Kane. Anybody? Kane in the outer column, the capital.
Eight lakh 93,500.
8,93,500. Check everyone.
Yes, sir.
And then the last step is to check whether your balance sheet tallies. Add up the liability side, asset side, and check what totals do you get.
So assets is 30,24,250.
30,24,250.
Yes, sir.
Anybody has done the liability side?
Sir, same.
Same, 30,24,250. If you have done everything right, the total has to be the same. Okay. Balance sheet has tallied at 30,24,250. And that's it. That's our entire solution.